Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and this is the Board Game Blueprint. On this week, we're going to be talking about these little guys, which are blank dice. Now what's interesting is that you can use them in your games or in your designs as resources and whatever else you can imagine, but the game crafter can actually print on them as well so that you can have fully custom printed dice. Now how can we make that happen? Sheppy from Shep Shop is going to show us how to do just that with a really cool tutorial. Let's go take a look and we'll see you after the video.
Hello, this is Sheppy from the Game Crafter community, here to give you a tiny little tutorial on how to create the full color D6 16mm die. Now you're going to want to begin by grabbing the template that is found. So come here and we will go to Make Games, Products, and then we're going to come down here to Dice, full color 16mm, and then we're just going to go ahead and save link as wherever you want to save it. And then that's basically what I had grabbed for this right here. You can see the template, and it's going to give you this blue line that lets you know the border area and which ones you cannot use. You want to have basically nothing in this outer area. But to give you a short example, whenever this product was first announced, I had revamped a couple of previous dice to Ice Dice Baby, and to show you how some of this artwork worked, I'm going to go ahead, go over here, and you may notice that these graphics extended all the way to the edge of the actual template. Now I will say that if you do that, you're going to have a little bit of a problem of graphical overlap along the edges. And I'm just going to go ahead and mention that these are what the final dice looked like whenever they arrived. But having said that, we're going to go ahead and cut back to removing those and taking a look back at our template. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm making custom dice for a farming style game, and you want to keep the template in mind. I usually chop out the most pertinent information and keep that as a layer. And I'm going to go ahead and create one of these. I've already done majority of this artwork. And we'll take a look at the seed now. Removing the template, you can see that I chose to go with very bold colors, very thick lines, so on and so forth. In order to make this graphic appear on the die face, you actually do want to create this as a transparent PNG when saving out. And this is basically the hard colors that you would see. So this would be the sticker as is, and if you notice, there's no white here. Likewise on this die face, on this die face, on this die face, there's no white. But even if you look at this one, the template, I'm still within the template majority of the time. Now, let's say you want a die that actually has white, such as a die face like this. Well, likewise, you're going to want to save this image majority of the time as a transparent PNG, but you want to remove all white from the actual graphic. So for example, this right here, don't worry about the white, I'm going to show you how to do that later. But this would be the color version of this particular image. And then if you take a look at the white where we want it, we're going to turn around and take a look at this side, because right here, unlike the previous version, you do want solid white background, and wherever you want white to have actually been shown, you do want it to be solid black. This printing process does not allow for a grayscale, but you can use dithering effects to actually create a grayscale. That's neither here nor there. So in this case, to make this one die face, you need this image that's transparent PNG, and then you need this image, which is the pure black scale. Doing a similar thing right here for the other die face, and that's the harvester. Once again, I want to have a little bit of a white printed here on the actual combine. So that would be my color PNG with the transparent background. And then we take a look over here, and then this would become my white PNG. Once I've exported all of those graphics, I now want to go to the Game Crafter, and that is right here. So, okay, so right now we'll go ahead and go to a My Games, and then we're going to create a custom game. Then it's going to throw us in here, and unless I want my game to be applicable, I'm going to come in and name it, and we're just going to go ahead and name this Dice Proxy. Now we come back out of details and go to Dice Proxy, and one of these options right here is dice. So we're going to come here and we're going to go custom full color 16mm D6s. Okay, so when creating the die, we're going to actually start with one image that gets uploaded, and you have the name of the die, so we're going to change this to Rando Diceman, and then the number of copies of that die that you want, and then these dice come in black, blue, wood grain, red, or white. So we're going to go ahead and make red. Now it says which sides have art. You can actually disable sides, as you can tell, and that would be in case you don't want all the sides actually having images. Likewise, you have check marks here on which dice have, or which dice faces need the white ink. So we're going to come down here and we're going to have die face 1, die face 2, we're replacing the art for. Die face 3, once again replacing the art for. Dice face 4, once again. And then we're going to come down here where we have the die faces that actually need the white ink. So these two, keep them in mind, we're color side 5 and 6. So we're going to go ahead and do enable 5 and 6. And you can tell that this one has some art already. Temporarily, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we find the white ink that we wanted right here, and we proof, where we just make sure that the artwork's going to show up the way we want it to. Click approve, approve, and with this version, because we already loaded in that graphic, it shows us where the white is expected to print. Looks good. This one is missing it because we did not add that yet. So we're going to come down here and oh look, there's the place to add the white. And then if you preview, it'll show the expected area where the white's going to print. Okay, so there's one of our dice. And let's say we want 3 dice here. We changed our quantity. And anytime you make changes, it's going to show a little bar up here showing you that that's where it changed any factors in your game. Now, we're also going to turn around and make a copy of this, which the option is right down here. Click copy. It's going to give us copy of Rando Diceman. Instead, we're going to go Rhonda Diceman. And we're going to change the color so that we have red dice and blue dice for the two different players. Now I'm going to take a moment here to talk about pricing. And what the pricing is, the base price is 50 cents for the die, and then per face it's going to be 75 cents per face. Now, if you buy 6 or more dice that use this process, then you're going to turn around and discover that this per die face gets reduced to 50 cents a die. So with me having 3 here and 3 here, that gives me the 6 qualifier. If I change it down to 1 right now, I would not get the discount, and then this would cost me $5 per dice, since I have all 6 sides plus the base price. As soon as I have 6 or more, then I turn around and these dice get changed to $2 per dice. Now I have confirmed that this price variance is not dependent on having 6 of the identical dice. In fact, you can have 6 entirely different dice, making your own versions or expansions to Rory's Story Cubes, for example. And as long as you create 6 or more dice, you're going to get that discount. So, having said that, this is the basic overline on how to not only design art for these dice, but to get them uploaded into the Game Crafter. And sorry for the jump cut there, but I did want to show you what these dice look like finished. So here they are. So what you may notice is there's a white ring around any of the printed graphics. And my first test with these dice was against white dice, so I didn't really notice that. But with you noticing it, maybe you can plan and adjust accordingly. So here we go, and this is the seed side, the combine side with the little white window right there, the cloud side with the clouds themselves, the coin, the other coin, and of course the piggy. So this is what one of the red dice looks like. Pretty good looking. And this is what one of the blue dice look like. So once again, very good looking dice, incredibly detailed, and I hope you enjoyed watching my video.
Wow, before that video, I could not have imagined these becoming those. How cool was that? Thank you so much, Sheppy, for showing us how to make our own fully printed custom dice. And please, everyone, leave a comment below about how you would like to incorporate them into your designs. Whether they're to indicate attacking or defending, maybe they're just different colors for different players, and show us just how those all come out when you order your own. If you'd like this video, and want to continue watching more of our content, hit that subscribe button to get a notification about when those next ones come up. As always, I'm Ben. This has been another episode of the Board Game Blueprint, and together, let's build something great.